There are two things you need to know about my DJI Mavic 3 Cine. First, it costs $4,999. Second, it does not like water. I'm a 30-year-old freelance videographer. This drone is my bread and butter. I use it for real estate shoots, weddings, and commercials. It shoots in 5.1K ProRes. It's a flying cinema camera. Last weekend, my family hosted a reunion at my parents' lake house. It was a beautiful day, blue sky, calm water. My sister, Jessica, asked me to get some aerial shots of the whole family standing on the dock. Sure, I said, but keep the kids back. The propellers are sharp, and this isn't a toy. Jessica has a son, Mason, 8M. Mason is the kind of kid who grabs things. If it has buttons, he pushes them. If it has a screen, he swipes it. I launched the drone. The hum of the rotors filled the air. I flew it out over the lake, framing the perfect shot of the family waving on the dock. It was cinematic gold. Okay, hold that pose. I shouted, looking down at the controller screen. I needed to adjust my ND filter, which I had left in my bag on the picnic table about 5 feet away. I hovered the drone safely at 30 feet altitude, plenty of clearance. I set the controller down on the table for literally 3 seconds to grab the filter case. 3 seconds. I heard the pitch of the rotors change. It went from a steady hum to a violent whine. I spun around. Mason was holding the controller. He wasn't just holding it, he was mashing the joysticks. "I'm flying it," he yelled, grinning. "No." I lunged for him, but Mason had pushed the left stick down. Hard. I looked up just in time to see my $5,000 investment plummeting out of the sky like a stone. It was descending rapidly toward the dark, murky water of the lake. "Pull up." I screamed, grabbing the controller from his hands. It was too late. The momentum was too great. Splash! A white geyser of water erupted about 50 feet from the dock. The drone submerged instantly. The video feed on the controller froze, then went black. Signal lost. The silence that followed was deafening. The only sound was the ripples lapping against the wooden pilings. I stood there, staring at the spot where my career had just drowned. My heart was hammering so hard I thought I might pass out. "Oops," Mason said. He didn't look sorry. He looked disappointed. It didn't bounce. Jessica walked over, holding a wine cooler. "What happened? Did the battery die?" "He crashed it," I whispered, my voice trembling. Mason grabbed the controller. He crashed it into the lake. "Oh, well," Jessica shrugged. "Just go fish it out. It's waterproof, right? Like a GoPro." I looked at her. I looked at the deep, cold water. "No, Jessica," I said. "It is not waterproof. It is an open-frame electronic device. It's dead." "Don't be so negative," she said, patting my shoulder. "Just put it in rice. Rice fixes everything. I dropped my phone in the toilet once and it was fine." Ich zerrte her. I realized then that she had absolutely no concept of what had just happened. She thought I dropped a toy. She didn't know I had just lost a month's salary in the blink of an eye. I didn't think about my phone in my pocket. I didn't think about my leather wallet. I just jumped. The water was freezing. I swam down, eyes burning in the murk. It wasn't deep, maybe 8 feet, but the bottom was silty mud. My hand brushed against something plastic. I grabbed it and kicked for the surface. I hauled myself onto the dock, gasping for air, water streaming from my clothes. I held the Mavic 3 Cine like a dead body. It was heavy. Water poured out of the battery compartment. Mud coated the Hasselblad lens. I pressed the battery release. It hissed, a quiet, sizzling sound of lithium reacting with water. The smell of ozone and burnt circuits wafted up. "See," Jessica said, clapping her hands. "You got it. Good job." I looked up at her, dripping wet, shivering with rage. "Jessica, look at it. It's sizzling. The mainboard is fried. The gimbal motors are flooded. It's destroyed." "Oh, stop being such a drama queen," she scoffed, opening a bag of chips for Mason. "Electronics get wet all the time. Mom has a big bag of rice in the pantry. Just bury it in there overnight. The rice sucks the water out. It's science." "It's not science." I shouted, Water flying from my hair. That's a myth for minor splashes. This was submerged. The minerals in the lake water have already shorted the contacts. Rice isn't going to fix a $5,000 cinema camera. $5,000. Jessica laughed. It was a condescending, disbelief-filled laugh. Okay, now I know you're lying. It's a toy helicopter, OP. I saw one at the mall for like $50. Stop trying to make Mason feel bad by inflating the price. It is a professional tool. I yelled. I use this to pay my rent. And your son just destroyed it because you weren't watching him. I was watching him, she snapped defensively. He was just curious. You shouldn't have left a toy sitting out if you didn't want kids to play with it. Honestly, this is your fault for bringing it to a family party. You were showing off. I was doing you a favor. I screamed. You asked for the photo. Well, I didn't ask for you to traumatize my son by jumping in the lake like a maniac, she said. Mason is scared now. Look at him. Mason was eating chips, looking bored. He didn't look scared. He looked like he was waiting for the next thing to break. You need to pay for this, I said, my voice shaking. I have a shoot on Tuesday. I need a replacement immediately. I'm not paying you $5,000 for a wet toy, Jessica said, crossing her arms. I'll buy you a bag of rice. Maybe a bag of Uncle Ben's if you're nice. But that's it. Now go dry off. You're dripping on the food. She turned her back on me. I stood there, soaking wet, holding my ruined livelihood. She truly believed the rice myth. She used it as a shield to deny reality. I walked to my car. I put the drone in a towel. I wasn't going to put it in rice. I was going to take it to a repair shop to get an official death certificate. And then I was going to court. I drove straight to the nearest authorized DJI repair center. I was still damp, smelling of lake water, but I needed documentation. The technician took one look at the muddy, dripping drone and sighed. Lake dip. Lake dip, I confirmed. He ran a diagnostic, mostly for form's sake. Yeah, it's toast. The main board is corroded, the motors are seized with silt, and the battery is a hazmat risk. Repair cost would exceed replacement. You need a new unit. I had him write it up on official letterhead. Total loss. Replacement cost, $4,999. Then came the second blow. I had to call my client for the Tuesday shoot, a high-end real estate listing. I can't do the aerials, I told the agent. My gear was destroyed. Then we can't use you, the agent said. We need the drone shots for the listing. I have to hire someone else. That was a $1,500 contract gone. The legal action. I sent Jessica a text first. It was a picture of the repair shop invoice and the cancellation email from my client. Me, total damages are $6,500. Please let me know how you want to handle this. Jessica, LOL. I bought you a bag of rice. It's on Mom's porch. Stop being greedy. She blocked me. So, I filed a lawsuit in small claims court. The limit in my jurisdiction is $10,000, so I was safe. 2 weeks later, a process server walked up to Jessica while she was at a playground with Mason. He handed her the thick envelope. She called my mom immediately. My mom called me. OP, you sued your sister. Mom sounded horrified. Over a toy helicopter. It's a $5,000 camera, Mom, I said. And she cost me a job. She refuses to take responsibility. But she doesn't have $6,000. Mom cried. She's saving for a Disney trip. Then maybe she should have watched her son, I said. Or maybe she shouldn't have laughed at me while I was standing in the lake. The court date. Jessica showed up to court wearing her best innocent mom outfit. She actually brought the bag of rice with her as evidence. Your Honor, she told the judge. He didn't even try the rice. He just wanted a new one. The judge looked at the bag of Uncle Ben's. Then he looked at the technician's report detailing the corrosion and short circuits. The judge said, rubbing his temples. Rice is for dinner. It is not for repairing submerged avionics. The plaintiff uses this equipment for his livelihood. Your son destroyed it. You are liable. The verdict. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $6,499 plus court costs. Jessica gasped. I can't pay that. We are going to Disney World next month. Not anymore, the judge said. The aftermath. She didn't pay voluntarily. I had to garnish her wages. It took about a year to get the full amount back. She went to Disney World anyway, but she put it on a credit card she couldn't afford. I bought a new drone. I also bought a heavy-duty Pelican case with padlocks. The family is still weird about it. At Christmas, they hide their phones when I walk in, joking that I might sue them if they drop one. I just smile. I got my money. I got my gear. And most importantly, Mason isn't allowed within 50 feet of my equipment ever again. Sometimes, when I'm flying over a beautiful landscape, getting the perfect shot, I think about that bag of rice. And I'm just glad I didn't listen.